What's happening, everybody?
Yo,
Yo, welcome to Fowl Territory number 280. I am your cordial host, Gizzard Gary. That's right, the tactical chicken, so they say. I did not name myself. They actually ghost named me that, whatever reason. Anyway, it is Friday, the last Friday in September, September the 27th. 2024. So, welcome one and all to the show. Yes, wake me up when September ends. All right. Let's see who's out here tonight. We have Ron 2A Matters out there in the audience. We have Artec and Daughters.
you got
Alaska,
all of them out there?
all of them.
Are you sure it's not just our tech?
He made the statement, not me. I'm taking him at his word. Okay.
Oh shit! I guess I really don't need this iPhone Lightning card reader anymore.
Alaska 1, Andy's out there. Fuku YT out there. Duffer 426 is in the audience, as is. A lot of repeats out there. Round 2 matters. Defense Dad sees gun people out there in the audience. Jacob S is out there. Defense Dad wants to know what the hell is with the 1 and 2 stuff. Yes, I've replaced the 1, 2, 3, 4 year anniversary. I got rid of the 24s and the 36. I just did 1 for the 1 year members, 2 for the 2 year members. Rinse and repeat.
That seems like it's minimalizing their contribution.
It's got a chicken underneath it.
It just seems like you're minimalizing their confidence.
Streamlining the process.
Abby Finnegan is out there.
I guess
Woods.
Oh, it's streamlining. Seems like whitewashing to me.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Dale Pogue is out there. We have Weston Probst is out there. Abby's got it figured out. Looks like how many years we've been members. Hillbilly Up is out there and getting ready to come in here as soon as I let him in. I'm going to let him in here in a minute. OL1 guy is out there. And Abby says 38th anniversary.
I only have a 1?
You only have a 1.
That seems...
I think you lost a month there when you were masquerading as Obnoxious One.
I wasn't masquerading. It was somebody told me that she didn't know where her credit card was at anymore.
Kentucky Rimfire and Hobbies is in the audience. Welcome.
Oh, see,
Obnoxious One is out there, and let's see, DM Foss out there and in here. Obnoxious One anniversary chat member for 22 months. See, you're real close to it too. Yeah.
See, now if it said 22 on there, I would know.
Well, I didn't have one. It doesn't allow you to do every month. It doesn't work that way. It's just once you get to a year, it only changes once a year. DM Foss member for 23 months. Hey, he's got you by month. But you get a free month in there. Yeah. So it didn't count your 1 month.
That's
out there.
BS.
I have to take that up with YouTube, my friend. Sorry about that. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at our panel out there for tonight's show.
Card reader's USB-C though.
What happened? Do your card reader shoot craps or what?
No, I've got a lightning card reader that I don't have anything lightning anymore.
Yeah. I had that same problem. So
but I've got all kinds of USB-C little card readers here, so
I had little, charging things that hook to your phone. It's like, well, I can't use this for anything anymore.
Yep, I had one of those.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, your mom got all my charging cables and my little lightning charger. So,
Guns and barbecues out there and in here. But let's introduce our panel. Let's introduce somewhat wet but otherwise safe co-host this evening. Coming to us from the state of North Carolina. He is the sunshine that brightens our day, even in the middle of a hurricane. He is the oracle of knowledge, voice of reason, always the man of orange. Let's welcome Obnoxious One.
Yo.
Yo.
Looks like a lot of people could use a little sunshine to brighten their day.
I think so. Let's brighten their day. Huh? Let's make their day better. I know somebody. I don't want to steal somebody's shtick there, so maybe I better back off.
Sounds like you just did.
I did. You have to talk to my lawyers.
You're probably going to give away stuff and things later too. I'll bet. Son of a bitch.
Thought I would. Well, thank you for being here. Let's go onward to a guy from the Keystone, not the beer state, but the Keystone State.
Do you have the giveaway tool up and running yet, or no?
I do.
Okay, I'm just checking. Make sure that you got it up for your.
I guess I should start the ticker, huh?
For your early adopters.
There's his ticker. Hashtag is #FT280, just like Obi put it in there. Mm-hmm. Fluffy 10mm Jeep guy is out there. But this next panelist, he shoots stuff and he cooks stuff. And sometimes he probably even cooks the stuff he shoots.
He's also wet, but for a different reason.
He's all wet.
So is in here.
Let's welcome Guns in Barbecue.
What's up?
What's up, man?
I was gonna say yo.
What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
I'd say that my attorney fees for defense attorneys are getting quite steep. Trying to fight off Obi, so I was like, I'm just gonna avoid the yo tonight.
You see, Gizzard, there was an old Budweiser commercial where they had people on the phone. And they used to have phones that were in your house.
Really?
I mean, you didn't carry them around with you, but these guys are on the phone, and they would call each other and go, "What's up?"
A guy who's 12 years younger than me explaining about corded telephones.
I didn't say they were corded.
This is Rich.
No, this is OB. Rich is not here.
Oh, that's right. And Justin's not here either. Wow.
What happened to Rich?
Well, I don't know.
He's in the valleys. He's in the valleys.
Oh, so. He could be in trouble.
Could be in trouble.
Well, I saw that the rain was all the way up into Pennsylvania, so if it's getting PA, it's probably getting West Virginia too. So.
Anybody do a welfare check?
Rich is on welfare?
Maybe. Don't judge. Chris Lang's out there. Misty
you are going to get a nasty email, I bet.
Probably. More than one. All right. Well, thanks for being here, Guns and Barbecue. This next guy, it's awful early in the evening for him.
This effing guy.
On a live stream. But he is taking a nap to his credit. But he is the host of the Wednesday Night Mouse Party and the Overnight. The master of late night himself. The ineffable DM Foss.
I'm very effable.
That's not what I've heard. I've heard you're slightly more effable than Guns and Barbecue, but that's not saying much.
Wow.
That's something.
Hey, I'm going to lose the weight.
It's not the weight, it's your personality.
Wow. Boy, you made him leave. Jeez.
He got so mad he tried to change tabs. And well, that's doomed better people than him.
I'm just going to leave.
Bullying him.
I had a great friggin' comeback for that. I went to unmute and hit the back button. Boom, right out. I was like, son of a gun.
Yeah.
Actually, I said the F word very loudly and forcefully, but I figured I wouldn't do that on Gary's show tonight.
Probably a wise decision. Although you would be the first one. All right. Well, thanks to DM Falls and everybody else for being here. Let's go to a guy who just came from the Georgia Shooting Connection and the host of the Saturday Night Guns, Beer, and Therapy podcast. My neighbor to the east and to the south in the Show Me state of Missouri. Let's welcome Hillbilly Up.
What's up, boys and girls?
Show me.
Man, good to be on here tonight and having a good time with all these fine folks. And garage guy said on George Sheen Connection, like where he lives along down in that area, like they had no power, no nothing. So prayers for everybody in the path of that, man. That's gotta be rough.
Absolutely. We got Plain Nut 767 out there. Also, this guy called the Gun Snob, who, as I recall, I don't know if he spent the night here or not, but he was in my state, at least earlier today. So, yeah. He actually came to the Trigger Con. All right. Did we get all the panelists? I think we got everybody, didn't we? So,
did you get Guns and Barbecue?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, the Keystone State and all that.
Yeah. I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah. There's no need. Mr. Bob Topolina is out there.
You said it, not me.
Snob says, I'm back. Went to the football game tonight. Wow.
He's back already? Then why isn't he in here?
Dang.
He never did send me the picture I asked for.
No.
Sounds like he's breaching his contract.
Chris Lang says, hurricanes can definitely change your life. That's true. Yeah. I mean, I think hopefully everybody here who's been alive the last 48 hours is aware that we have a hurricane that's wreaking havoc in the southeast right now. So, is it Hurricane Helena? Is that right?
Helene?
Helene? Okay. Helene,
How did they come up with that
Irene,
name?
Jolene, something like that. I don't know. They were doing dudes' names for a while, but I don't know.
I thought they alternated.
I'm surprised they aren't just doing gender neutral names like everyone's Hurricane Pat or,
Don't give him any ideas.
Yeah, but
I think the next hurricane will be
has
a guy's name now.
But a hurricane that has a guy's name is called a hurricane. The girl's name's a hurricane.
So would Hurricane Pat be Hurricane in the Bunker?
Did you just assume that hurricane's pronouns?
So let's see. Gun Snob says, I believe the hurricane has taken up residence on Sarge's yard. Yes. He will not have to water his yard for a while. Let's just say that. He's got all the irrigation he needs. Chris from 740 is out there. Chris Lang says, I lived on Galveston Island for better than 15 years. Yeah, you know all about him then. All right. So, I was thinking, let's do something a little different. Anybody interested in doing a bracket?
What's a bracket?
That's where you have a bunch of things that you vote on a grid, and we vote for the best one.
Is it moist?
It's high and dry right now.
Oh, whatever. It's just friction.
So moist.
Moist. All right, so the bracket this evening is famous Georges. Either real or historical or, imaginary or whatever. Famous Georges. And I'm going to show you what I've got on there so far.
George Stephanopoulos?
Don't have him on there.
Oh,
George
Washington is the winner. So bracket's over.
I don't know about that. We'll see.
George in the jungle.
Okay, here's
If
my
you don't have
bracket.
George Strait and George Jones, we're gonna fight.
All right, so
But he
we
doesn't
have,
George
and
Costanza on there.
we do have George Costanza on here, as a matter of fact. We have George Grayson Cat, King George III, George Costanza, George Michael, Boy George, George Washington, George Harrison, George Clooney, George Foreman, Curious George, George Jetson.
Okay,
George-
let me ask real quick question.
Yeah.
Does Curious George have a tail?
I
No.
can't remember.
No, he does not.
Shut up, DM Fuzz.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were asking everybody.
I was asking everybody.
George Jetson, George W. Bush, George H.W. Bush,
That's too many Georges.
George Carlin, George S. Patton, or George Burns. And we can replace any of those we want to.
Where's
if we
George
wanna.
Soros?
Well, I only had room for 16 because
No George Strait, nor George Jones.
I would say King George is definitely not going to make it out of the first round if you have a
no.
replacement.
well, I'm probably going to shuffle them a little bit, but
I'm gonna punch
want
you in
me
the
to take
wiener at
King
Thunder on
George
the
out?
Prairie.
what?
But I'm gonna punch you in the wiener at Thunder on the Prairie. Told you we're gonna fight if those weren't on there.
I
They're not on
said
there.
we could replace anything on here if we see fit before we start. So, anybody want
I
any of
didn't
these
see you say
replaced
that.
with somebody else? You got to tell me who to take off.
Barbecue said you should take off George Grayson Cat.
No, actually,
Well,
I want George. I want the cat on there to see if he actually swings the bracket or not.
Okay, who do you want me to take off?
I'm going to time Chris laying out like right now.
George Floyd? I don't think so. Good Lord.
Yeah, we're like, yeah, Boy George. What's he doing on there?
Okay, so who do you want me
Do
to
you
take
really want to
off?
hurt Gary?
Oh, I don't know. I don't even remember all the ones that you
I don't care.
pick one at random.
Oh,
George Costanza kind of sounds like a sucky one.
that's one
What?
Obi wanted on there.
You can't take off George Costanza. I mean, he's not gonna.
Let's take George Michael off.
Oh yeah, I didn't even realize
What?
that.
How are you taking George Michael off?
Okay.
And you're
Son
leaving
of a bitch.
Boy George? Or wait, no.
You're gonna
No,
leave
what-
Boy George on there and take George Michael off from
Okay, which one of
Bam.
the two President Bushes do you want off then?
both of them?
All right.
And you misspelled George Jetson.
They're both equally terrible. I mean, one was a terrible president. The other gave us the NSA and spying on Americans.
Okay, so
Where's George Ramirez?
I don't even know who that is. So you wanted
J-R-G-E Ramirez?
oh, so you wanted George Strait on here and George
Jones.
Jones. Okay.
I mean, you don't have to put them both, but I mean,
Well, why not? We good with this?
Where's Conway Twitty?
He's not a George, I don't think.
Ladies and gentlemen, Conway Twitty.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay.
We get 10 Georges?
No, I shuffled the bracket 10
Oh.
times. So
and see that, folks? To get what you want with Gary, you just have to threaten to punch him in the wiener at Thunder on the Prairie.
You can't always get what you want.
That's right.
but if you try sometimes, you just might find you get what you need, though. Okay, first round, we have Boy George, the Karma Chameleon, versus George Jetson. Obi. Let's
Definitely
see.
Jetson.
One vote for George Jetson. All right, very good. Now, DM Foss.
Jane, his wife.
Another George Jetson.
Oh, look at that. You can put them right there in the bracket, so you don't even have to. Damn. That's fancy bracket.
Hillbilly up.
Elroy, my boy. I go George Jetson.
Okay, and it's formality, but guns and barbecue.
I'll go with Boy George just because it's a catchy song.
Yay.
All right, so George Jetson advances to the second round. Okay.
You didn't vote.
Yeah, you didn't vote.
Well, it really doesn't matter. I'd have voted for George Jetson, though.
Every
Well,
vote
there you go.
matters.
Every vote matters.
I guess I'm the tiebreaker.
All votes matter.
Okay, now
Now
we have King George III versus George Jones.
Oh,
Obi?
man. This is a tough one. We got a country singer versus a guy who helped found our country.
Yeah, he did.
I'm gonna go with King George III. He is definitely the more historical and more influential choice.
King George III. All right, so DM Foss.
I guess I'll go with a better singer, George Jones.
You have no idea.
I don't know what kind of
King
voice
George
King
III may have had had the voice of an angel. You do not know that.
Hillbilly.
Well, I don't think King George is still getting panties thrown on the stage at the age of 50-some or 60, so I'll go with George Jones.
George.
Again, you don't know how many panties were thrown at King George III.
That's true. All
He may
right.
have been just tooling along on his horse, and just women come out and throwing their bloomers all over him.
Guns and barbecue.
So really wanted to vote for King George, but I can't vote against George Jones. Like, definitely George Jones.
Same here. I'm going to go with George Jones. So
I
again,
can't
4-1.
believe that you guys all chose somebody who had absolutely nothing to do with the founding of this great nation.
Okay, so now we have George Costanza against George Clooney. Obi.
George Clooney is an Obama supporter, so I'm going to go with George Costanza because I have absolutely no idea who George Costanza would have supported, and that's the way I like it.
Okay, DM Foss, what say you?
Once again, I'm going to go with the better singer, George Costanza.
Okay.
And here he has a valid point.
I mean,
he was completely talking out his ass on the last one, but here he does have a valid point. And the guy does better boudoir photography than George Clooney does.
Okay, Hillbilly.
Yeah, I'm going with Clooney just for the fact of Oh Brother Where Art Thou.
Okay. And Guns and Barbecue.
George Costanza.
Okay. And I would also have went with Costanza because anybody's better than George Clooney. So, all right. So now we have Curious George against George Harrison. A monkey versus a beetle. All right, Obi.
A tailless monkey. And nobody bothered to ask why I asked that question, but that's fine. It's a tailless monkey. And I'm going to go with Curious George because the Beatles are overrated.
All right.
I said what I said.
DM Foss. Curious George or George Harrison?
Oh, I am a huge Beatles fan. Curious George.
Curious George. Okay. And Hillbilly up.
Oh, man. Kind of a tough one, but if I had to watch them side by side, I think I would have to pick Curious George.
All right. 3 votes for Curious George. We go to Guns and Barbecue.
Curious George.
4 votes for Curious George. And my vote really doesn't matter. I think George Harrison deserves at least one vote, so I'm going to give mine to George Harrison. It doesn't matter because Curious George moves on to the second round.
He was also the better singer.
George Harrison's most popular solo song was a cover.
Yes. So were a lot of the Beatles songs. But...
Boss hate covers.
All right, George Carlin versus George Strait. Obie. Which one was the better singer of these two?
Think of how stupid the average person is, and remember that half of them are stupider than that.
It's true. So Carlin?
Yeah.
All right. So DM Foss, Carlin or Strait?
Yeah, I have to go with Carlin. He had the better comedy routine.
He did, for sure.
Yeah,
Hillbilly.
George Strait's comedy routine is pretty rough.
Hillbilly.
I'm going to go with George Strait. Carlin didn't have 50 number one hits.
Okay. And Guns and Barbecue.
This is actually tough, almost. Actually, George Strait has, I think it's 62 number one hits now. George Strait.
Mm-hmm. You're going with Strait?
Yep.
Okay, so that puts me in a position of being a tiebreaker. I never was much of a fan of George Strait, but I used to love George Carlin back in the day. So I'm going to cast my vote for George Carlin, as did most of the audience out there. So George Carlin it is. All right, now we have George S. Patton, General George S. Patton, versus General George Washington. Two military men going against each other.
Snap.
Obie.
I'm going to go with our very first president and the man who crossed the Potomac on Christmas Eve.
Right after he chopped down a cherry tree.
To kill the enemy.
All right.
In sleep.
So one for George Washington. All right. DM Foss. Let's see.
Well, they both technically beat Germans, but I'm going to go George Washington.
Another Washington. All right. Hillbilly.
I'll go with the General.
Which one?
Lee. He's going to go with the General Lee.
Oh, man. Another tough choice. I'm going to go with Patton.
Patton.
Not to put down worse than any, but Patton.
Is any relation to John Patton? I hope not.
Need some love there.
Yeah. Guns and Barbecue. Let's see you.
I think General Patton might be the only general ever to carry both a single action army and 1911, which makes him like the most badass son of a gun ever. So definitely Patton.
All right. So once again, that puts me in the position of being a tiebreaker. Out there in the audience, I've only seen, well, I see one vote for each, kind of. And
Washington carried a single action too.
But I cannot tell a lie. I'm voting for George Washington here. So Washington moves on. All right. So now we have George Michael. We have two deceased gentlemen. Well, a lot of these people are deceased. Let's be real. George Michael or George Burns? Obie.
Wham.
Let's go for George Michael.
Make It Big is where they really earned that exclamation point.
So you want Michael?
Gizzard should get that reference because he's seen that part, but he won't. Wham.
DM Foss, George Michael or George Burns?
Well, only one of them was in Oh God, so George Burns.
George Burns. It's true. All right, Hillbilly, George Michael or George Burns?
Going with George Burns.
He's going with George Burns. Okay, and Guns and Barbecue.
I'll send my vote out to the audience. I don't think it's going to matter, though.
It's not going to matter. It's not going to matter. That looks like the audience so far as I have 2 votes for George Burns out there so far. 3 votes for George Burns, which is the way I was going to go anyway, which renders the audience's vote moot. But I'm going to call it 4-1. George Burns.
We had one for Frank Burns.
No, he's just asking a question. All right, so the last one in round 1, we have George Foreman, who invented the grill, or George Grayson Cat. Obi. Did we lose Obi?
Oh.
Obi's muted. Uh-oh.
Oh, I'm sorry. Which George Foreman are we talking about? Are we talking about the original George Foreman or one of
George
the
Foreman,
8 children named George
the
Foreman?
boxer. And the same guy, isn't it? Oh, yeah, that one. The George Foreman grill guy. Yeah.
Let's see. One you can use to cook Chinese food.
Yeah, the one you can make Chinese.
And the other one is George Foreman. Oh, I guess I'll give it to George.
Which one?
The George one.
They're both named George.
I'm going to give it to the one that's named after a sidekick.
All right. One for George Grayson Cat. All right. Let's go with DM Foss.
Well, Foreman has the height and reach advantage on Grayson Cat, so I got to go Foreman.
You're going with Foreman. Okay. All right. Hillbilly.
I'm gonna go with George Grayson Cat, just so I don't get kicked off the panel.
All right. 2 for George Grayson Cat. Guns and Barbecue.
I can make some really good grilled cheese sandwiches with my George Foreman grill. Pretty sure Hulk Hogan said that he actually had the offer to have his name on that grill first, which makes it even cooler. And I know is complete BS, but we're going to go with George Foreman.
Who are you going to grill, brother?
The Hulk Hogan lean, mean, fat reducing machine.
Hogan said a lot of
run
things.
wild.
So who'd you say you were going with? Foreman?
Yes, George Foreman.
All right.
Because the cream always rises to the top.
We got Ozzy Osbourne is out there.
That's Macho Man Randy Savage.
This is a tough one for me. Not really.
I'm pretty sure
obviously.
that's Hulk.
Obviously, George Grayson Cat won that. So, let's move on to the second round.
Barely.
Back up to the top, we have George Jetson versus George Jones. Obi.
One of them is living in the future. The other is nothing but the past.
Well, they're both the past because Jetson already happened.
Who's going to fill their shoes? So
Well, he did stop loving her today. That's for sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, Conway Twitty.
Yogi from Muskogee. Hello, darling.
Oh, God.
So,
I'm going with the guy with the flying car.
George Jetson.
Some washed up country singer.
All right. DM Foss.
Once again, I'm going with the better singer, George Jetson.
George Jetson. All right. Hillbilly. As if I didn't know.
Oh boy. Love them both. I'm going to go with George Jones, though, on this one.
George Jones. Okay, Guns and Barbecue.
I'd like to welcome to the Grand Tour, George Jones.
George Jones. All right. I am going to throw this one to the audience. So you get to vote. Let me go ahead and put a poll out there. Okay.
That's a cop out.
It is. But
Just
I want
be
them
man
to,
enough to say that George Jetson is the better George. Just be.
I want them to be part of this too. Let's let them vote. All right.
They get to watch it. They get to be entertained.
Okay. Well, I couldn't make up my mind. Let's just make it that way.
No,
Okay. So
why didn't you just say so?
I just did.
Instead of acting like you were being some kind of magnanimous show host.
I am a nice guy. Look at this face. Look at this face.
I'd rather not.
Nicest guy you'll ever meet is a serial killer.
Mm-hmm.
I've
story.
never killed a cereal in my life.
Dexter was nice to everybody until he wasn't.
It's head to head. It's head to head. 13 votes so far. You've got probably about 20 more seconds.
Go now.
Vote. And 10.
Do it now.
5. Opie says do it now. So the winner is George Jetson. Wow.
So he didn't spend 7 years on that island for nothing.
All those people probably voted for Biden too.
All right, so now we move on to George Costanza versus Curious George. Interesting. All right, Obi, how you vote on this one?
I'm going Curious George. So
You're going Curious
got a
George.
soft spot for that little monkey with his red hat and apparently no tail.
All right, DM Foss.
Yeah, Curious George has the face-ripping power to take Costanza.
2 for Curious George. Hillbilly.
Going with Curious George on this one.
3 for Curious George. Guns and Barbecue.
Just because I'm still sour about George Jones losing, I'm going to go with George Costanza.
All
Ooh,
right.
a hate vote.
1 vote for Costanza.
Hate.
I'm going with Curious George also on this one. Okay. So now we have George Carlin versus George Washington. One of them was definitely funnier than the other. But
You don't know that. Maybe George Washington took out his wooden teeth and used to chase people around the room with them. You don't know. That could have been. He could have done that. It would have been hilarious.
How do you vote on this?
I'm going to vote for the funnier one. George Washington running around chasing people, running around the Oval Office chasing people with his little
The hatchet he used to chop down the cherry tree? Yeah.
No, he's chasing people around the Oval Office in the White House with his wooden teeth. I'm just waiting for somebody to chime in that the Oval Office in the White House didn't exist for George Washington. Nobody's biting on that.
Rich is not here right now.
Rich totally would have bid on that.
Well, actually,
Rich absolutely would have bid on that.
Yeah, he lived in the West Wing, not the East Wing back then.
DM Foss, let's see you on this one.
Well, I'm sure George Washington had a pretty solid tight 5 that got him through Valley Forge. So we'll go George Washington.
2 for Washington. All right, so we go to Hillbilly.
I'm going to go with George Washington because he may have been the first person to, set up a tent there on Pennsylvania Avenue. Who knows?
Pretty sure Pennsylvania Avenue didn't even exist.
And Gizzard did. I was just wondering how he could set up the tent without getting moved along. It's not like he was in San Francisco.
Guns and Barbecue.
So, George Washington could have been the first president to give a chick a gum job. Interesting. George Carlin probably tell jokes about that. I like to laugh. I'm going to go with George Carlin.
You're going with Carlin. Well, I'm going to have to go with father of our country here again. So Washington moves on, and now we go to George Burns versus George Grayson Cat. Obi. God versus Cat.
I'm gonna throw this out to the audience. So there. How do you like that?
Giving his vote to the
I am
audience.
magnanimous. I'm not dodging anything at all.
You
All
literally took that from me.
DM Foss.
George Burns.
He's going with Burns. Okay, Hillbilly.
I had already planned to fill this out because I know George Grayson Cat is the co-host, and I'm not like
You
I don't
can
want
give your vote to the audience if you want to.
Yeah, I'll throw it to the audience then, so they get 2 votes on this one, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want any recoil from George Grayson the Cat, so I'm staying out of this.
So, Guns and Barbecue.
So I never heard Eminem mention George Grayson Cat in one of his songs. I'm going to go with George Burns.
You're going with Burns?
Indeed, I am.
Okay. I cast
On the
my
strength
vote.
of the Eminem.
I'm going to cast my... Oh, go ahead.
The best reason I could give. It's pretty flimsy, I know.
I'm going to cast my vote for George Grayson Cat. That lays 2 votes out there for the audience. So let me go ahead, get the poll going here. And it's going to... Whoops, I hit the wrong button. Start a poll. Okay.
Are they going to get both of these votes lumped together?
Yes.
Or that?
Yes.
Oh, that seems 2020.
Power to the people, baby.
You can thank Hillbilly for that.
They're all gonna come in at 4 a.m. after we've stopped counting.
So whoever they vote for is our winner. So let's see, we had 13 votes last time. So we got 13 now. So Obi, you tell me when to end this poll. You don't even know who's ahead. I do.
Yeah. You're right. I totally can't see that George Grayson Cat has 62% of the vote. Oh, 57.
14. How many alternate accounts are you logging in
I'm
with?
not logging into any of them. I'm too lazy for that. You know better. And I'd forget to log out, and then I'd end up and I'd subscribe to your channel on one of my other accounts, and it would just be a mess.
Okay. With 15 votes, the poll is ended. George Grayson Cat has edged out George Burns. And by virtue of the 2 votes casted by the audience, moves on
Rigged.
to the 3rd round. Okay.
Rigged.
All those people plan on voting for Kamala.
Rigged.
All right. So in the 3rd round, we have
There was an unfortunate water leak during the counting of these votes.
We have George Jetson versus Curious George. Obi.
Oh, now this one's tough. This one's tough, but that little monkey still got a special place in my heart. Tail or no tail.
A monkey's tail. Okay. DM Foss.
I'm going to go Jetson. George Jetson.
George Jetson.
Curious
Tied
George
up
was the better singer, though.
Probably was. Hillbilly. George Jetson or Curious George?
I'm going to go with George Jetson on this one.
Jetson. Okay. Guns and Barbecue.
Jetson.
Oh, wow. 3 votes for George Jetson. So I'll go ahead and cast my vote. George Jetson moves on to the finals. That's a surprise.
You're all monkeyist.
As far as I'm concerned. Okay, so now we have the father of our country, George Washington, versus my cat and channel partner, George Grayson Cat. So, Obi.
Sorry, George. But it's George Washington.
George Washington. All right. Hillbill. Oh, damn Foz.
George Washington.
George Washington. And Hillbilly.
Ah, man. Sorry, George Grayson, but I'm going to have to go with Washington on this one.
All right. Guns and Barbecue.
I will take who is George Washington for 200.
Okay. Well, I have to vote for my cat. So, all right. But George Washington moves on. And for the finals, we have George Jetson versus George Washington. And it goes to Obi. Who do you choose?
Washington.
Washington.
Yo.
All right. So, DM Foss.
George Washington.
2 votes for Washington. Hillbilly up.
Welcome back, Carter. George Washington.
And Guns and Barbecue.
Yeah, definitely George Washington. He shot people.
All right. Well, we're going to have a unanimous vote for the final. And our favorite George this evening is the father of our country, George Washington.
Man, it's like somebody called it at the very beginning.
Wow. Rigged. Sorry, George. Well, he slept through it, so he has no idea this happened. So, probably.
Damn.
Yeah, don't let him see the rerun.
Weston says, so Obi was correct. Happens every once in a while. Once in a blue moon. Mr. Bob says, even though he was just looking for a silver dollar when he crossed the silverware. Wow. We crossed the Delaware. Jesus Christ, I can't read. Oh. Washington also levied a tax on whiskey. Yeah, that's a long time ago. Let's see. All right. What is this? Gray Georgian cat is out there. Gray Gorgeson cat. It's been a long time since Midnight Range has been in. I see Ron Wayne's in there. Out there. In here. Out there. So, probably missed quite a few people. Well, we had a little bit of fun with that, though. But you know what else we can have fun with? We can have fun with talking about GearWebsites.com. Gear Websites is your source for every Second Matters gun channels, gear, ammo, ID, and more. They have patches, stickers, and other items. And every Friday is Free Patch Friday. When you buy cool stuff at GearWebsites.com. But perhaps you've heard that before. Perhaps you have. Let's hear it again.
GearWebsites.com is your source for firearms-based playing cards and books. We also have mugs, shirts, and posters with designs that we've made live. Of course, we have patches. Every Friday is Free Patch Friday. We appreciate your support. Thank you for shopping at GearWebsites.com.
And GearWebsites.com would definitely not tax your liquor. So, there you go.
I don't think he's got the civil authority to do that.
Well, neither does George Washington anymore. 2 Live Moo is out there. Wow, with the hashtag. Hashtag? What's a hashtag for? What are we going to do with a hashtag?
Tag your hash.
Well, maybe.
You have to,
maybe
because you have to pay the taxes on that, too.
George Washington's hash.
With the hurricanes coming through and everything, I've seen reports of crocodiles and crawly things showing up on people's porches down in the southern part of the country. Kind of reminds you a little bit of this guy.
Blizzard Larry got something for you, Lizard Larry. Gonna give it to you, Lizard Larry. Gonna give it to you. Large prostate won't slow him down, chasing grandmas all over town. Got a sidekick named George the Cat. Lizard Larry's got something for you, Lizard Larry. Gonna give it to you, Lizard Larry. Gonna give it to you.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about, man. All right, so anybody want to do an intro for us?
Yeah, that's the part of the show where we get the stuff away.
All the stuff?
Gizzard Gary, show these good folks what they get. How was that? Was that?
Sure, why not? But let me officially welcome you, my favorite viewer, to the Fowl Territory Prize giveaway sponsored by...
Which one is that? Which viewer is that?
The one I'm pointing at.
You singled out a specific viewer, so why don't you just let the audience know which one of them it is?
It's that one right there.
Which
They're
one
all
is that?
watching this. They know I pointed at them. Each one knows. Because they are my favorite viewer. Sponsored by the good folks at Aegis Gun Care. I'm sure you've heard of Aegis Gun Care. But tonight, a viewer will be selected using the StreamYard giveaway tool and receive a swag package including an Aegis cleaner and lubricant combo kit and a $10 Chick-fil-A e-gift card. To enter, type # FT280 in the chat. So at this point, let's go ahead and display. Well, I can't display the giveaway tool because I haven't told them what they'll win. I'm getting the horse before the cart here. All right. Something like that, anyway. So you're also going to win this Gizzard Gary channel sticker.
That's huge.
It is huge. Not quite as big as my head. Almost. If it wasn't for the beard, it would be. Except for this towering beard here. Yeah. You're going to receive the Fowl Territory thumbnail sticker. The official Fowl Territory. I do have new ones coming.
Is that official?
Well, the new one's official, but I got to get rid of the last few of these.
So that one's no longer official?
Well, the new one's actually got the Aegis logo down here like the thumbnail has now and all that stuff.
So that one's not official then?
It used to be.
It's
the retro. It's a retro version of the thumbnail.
It's a collector's item now.
Try it. Keep them. Keep hold of that bad boy. Sticker from the good folks that Live Free Armory. Hopefully they're not underwater right now. They are true American manufacturing. Also, a company that's, I hear's got a sale coming up very, very soon. XS Sights. They are the fastest sights in any light.
Can confirm.
And when you wake up after September the ends, you might find out that they have a sale going on. Just saying. Stay tuned for details. That's right. How about a sticker from AccuFire? Advancing accuracy. Yes, we're cleaning out the sticker drawer.
Pew, pew.
We have, courtesy of DM Foss, we have Papa Smurf keeping us all safe. And then we have, keeping us all well fed, we have Donatsudo, Way of the Hole. And then we have a brand new one from DM Foss, brand new, never been given away, the Hell No Kitty. You'll love it. And last but not least, this is also brand new. It is the official Haterade. Look at that picture on there. Haterade. It says Haterade Thirst Destroyer. And it's so small I can't read. What's the yellow one? Is it disappointment? Disillusionment. Okay. All right. So there's 3 different flavors on this one. Collect them all. All right.
They're all 40% alcohol by volume.
I saw that. All right. From Wee Knife, Zen Cut, and Savivi, the 10th anniversary sticker. Also, speaking of knives, we have a sticker from Strooped Knives. And then we have a sticker from Lock Grips. You've heard of Lock Grips. But sometimes you just got to feed your firearm, right? Firearms get hungry. You have to feed them with Aguila ammunition. And then a sticker from Rossi. Not Martini, Rossi. Got to be old to know that reference.
Oh, Asti.
Mm-hmm. A sticker from Palmetto State Armory. That's in the Palmetto State. If there's anything left of it, it's pretty wet, I hear. But hopefully their balls are above water. See what I did there? Yeah, it's bad. We have this decal sticker from Versa Carry, makers of fine holsters. And the last sticker this evening is from Iwi, the good folks at Israel Weapon Industries, IWI. And then you're saying, well, Gizzard Gary, what about patches? Aren't we going to get any patches? Yes, you're going to get patches. The 2024 NRA Dallas patch from Palmetto State Armory. And just to show I'm not horsing around, you're going to get this from Anderson Manufacturing. And then you're going to get a daily double today because you're going to get the Olight NRA Show Texas 2024 patch featuring the O sight. And then another patch from Olight with an Olight on it. All right. And you're going to get, I felt generous tonight, so you're going to get more than one of these. You're going to get more than 2 of these. You're going to get more than 3 of these. Because you are getting 4 IWI zipper pulls. There's actually 4 there. And last but not least, the official Gizzard Gary button. You put it on your jean jacket and be fashionable. Put it on your hat, maybe. Don't put it on your cat. Wouldn't recommend it. And now, if the winner happens to be a channel member of mine, I'm also going to throw in the official Gizzard Gary channel member magnet.
Ooh, that looks new.
It is new, brand new. All channel members will eventually receive one of these before the end of the year, but if you win tonight, you get yours right now.
Like right now?
Well, next week sometime.
So
There's
not
only,
right now.
Unless you already have one. Now, 3 people already have one or have one on the way to them. So
I don't have one.
you can come get it.
I-40 is washed out.
Not westbound, just eastbound. Getting home might be.
I got to get home.
Yeah, that's true. All right, so let's go ahead and say, where's that giveaway tool that you were talking about? Why, it's right here. We have 27 people entered, 23 in the YouTube chat, 9 watching on X. So, contest judge, you give me the command to draw.
Command to draw.
I gotta hear I do it now.
Fine, do it now. There, happy?
Well, happier. I only get so happy.
Demanding son of a bitch.
Why do you want him to whisper in your ear?
Winner is Artak and Daughters. Says I don't have one. Well, you're about to.
Congratulations, buddy.
He won from Rumble. Wow.
Do
How
it
about that?
now.
Already did it now. So, Artek and Daughters, that makes you the winner chicken dinner and the wiener you just cleaner. And I'm pretty sure I have your name and mailing address, unless it's changed. I don't think it's changed. If it has, email me at winner@gizzardgary.com. And we will get that to you. And congratulations. And now I got to get this off the screen because we have something new. Well, we'll do that here in a minute. We'll do that right now. But let me think for a minute here. Think. Have I thought
You
long
better
enough?
think about what you're trying to do to me. You better think.
I need to get Aegis off here so we can get ready for our next segment. Do you have any idea what our next segment is?
No.
It's everybody's second.
Oh, this part where you give stuff away?
I already did that.
Oh.
Our
Then
second daughter's one.
Then I have no clue.
All right. Well, let me give you a hint. There's some words running along the bottom of the screen. Let me give you another hint. This will dead giveaway. You ready?
Dead giveaway. Dead
Oh,
giveaway.
it's another giveaway. Cool.
All right. Here we go.
Let's all go to the email. Let's all go to the email. Let's all go to the email and find ourselves some Gorn.
It seems like I've heard that before, but not with the animation or in that voice.
It's official now, thanks to DM Foss.
I feel like that has been stolen from me.
It may have. DM Foss, you may be hearing from his attorney. His attorney's busy, though. I wouldn't want to pay his retainer. That's for sure.
Hold on. So are we saying that Foss did a cover?
He would never do that.
No, I stole it.
He flat out admits it. Okay.
I made that a couple years ago and kind of forgot about it.
Oh, okay. I just got it this last week. So always something new. So yes, show us your guns or Gorn. Well, guns are Gorn technically, so it's kind of a all-encompassing term here.
Yay.
So in this segment, ladies and germs, send your Gorn to gorn@gizzardgary.com and please include your channel name in the email. So I'll know who
especially
sent it.
if it's Pink Panty Sniffer Eater.
That's true.
43.
That's true. Many Waynes out there in the audience. Wow. If you send a firearm, please ensure that it's you
cannot send a firearm through email. That is illegal.
I'd rather it be on a table or a stand or another surface and not in your hands, because we have had YouTube misinterpret that as somebody actually waving a firearm on screen and shut us down. So that's bad when that happens. All right. So let's all go to the email, as the song said. And see, find ourselves some corn, I believe the thing said.
Woohoo!
If I
And
hook up 2 external hard drives to each other, does that mean I have infinite memory?
if they could talk to each other, they could exchange files.
If you hook up 2 external hard drives to each other, isn't one internal to the other?
Well, you have a slave-master relationship then.
Hey, wait.
Whoa. Whoa. Of course you went there.
Next thing you know, he's going to tell you to whisper, "Choke me, daddy."
Well, Ms. Black.
That's true. We got this from Guns and Barbecue. He says, my 10th 1911 in the collection. I've had it for probably 3 months now, but haven't wanted to photograph it because the grips suck.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
They
why'd
do.
you get it with those grips?
Because the rest of it was awesome. Like, who takes and puts this much time into a PT 1911?
Somebody did.
Mm-hmm. Like, the controls are really nice on it. Like, somebody put some time into this.
A compensator on a PT 111 or 1911.
Friggin', it's awesome.
Well, that's from the original Punisher. There were 1911s that were compensated.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to find a pair of grips like the original Punisher grips. I can't find them.
What? That's surprising.
Having a lot of trouble finding a
I've
pair.
got some lock grips that'll fit on there. But they're
It's probably
hard.
worse since they kicked all the grip makers off of Etsy.
Well, the original Punisher grips have like a little medallion. I can't ever get a good photo either to try and tell what the medallion is, but they're just like just a plain wood, and like I said, I can't find a pair. Like, you put in Punisher grips and you get shit like this.
You don't find a pair, you grow a pair.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
I had my pair.
You
cut.
thought about doing that? Have you thought about checking the Internet Movie Gun database and seeing if there's a good picture of it? Because that would be the place
true.
where that might be.
What is the Internet Movie Gun Database?
You have
Database of guns and movies.
you've never heard of the Internet
Nope.
Movie Gun database?
Nope. It's probably because
Yeah,
I
heard
don't
of-
pay attention to movies.
Have you heard of the internet?
Have you
Barely.
heard of IMDb?
The Internet Movie Database.
Yes, this is like
Oh.
that, but it's also inclusive of guns.
So IMGDB?
I'm not sure if it's the Internet Movie Database Guns or Guns. I think it's IMGDB.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, and Artec's got a good point over there. Mark Brown over at Brownworks should probably make it.
I think it's the Internet Movie Firearms
Firearms
database.
Okay.
IMFDB.
So we've got this.
It is definitely not Cornhub, though.
Definitely not. We have this from. Oh, you got me sidetracked. Defense Dad sent this. It says, "Slow down. There's a cruiser behind this sign." Good thing
And-
that sign was there. You'd never saw it.
It's out there into the road too.
Yeah.
Seems a little. It seems a little dangerous.
It does. He's in the bike lane.
They couldn't afford the stop sticks.
Bike will run right into him right there. That's a state trooper. Yeah.
Hey, he's sitting at a pub.
It's a good place to catch people, that's for
Mhm.
sure. Okay, and then also in the same email from Defense Dad,
The exact same email.
the same email.
Okay,
Growing
here's
up
it.
really isn't so bad. Adult lunchable, ribeye steak, potato, 2 beers, $19.99. Wow, that's a deal.
Heck yeah.
You can't just, well, I guess you could just peel that right out of the package and eat it. I mean, it's going to be a little starchy.
Okay, who hasn't eaten a raw potato?
Me?
Never, ever?
No.
I love raw potatoes.
Oh, they're good.
What is wrong with you?
Yeah, they are good. All right, so
Little steak tartare and potato tartare to go with it.
all right, so we got this from DM Foss. Going along with the tourist theme.
Yes, the world's most popular brand and the world's most popular caliber.
The Taurus TH40.
Is that in 22?
40.
Oh. It said the world's most popular caliber. I figured it was 22.
40 short and weak. Yeah.
That was Gizzard 23 years ago.
You funny feller.
Snob is laughing his ass off right now and can't keep a straight face.
He probably shit himself too. He'd do that even if he wasn't.
That's got nothing to do with the joke.
That's true. All right, well, let's one up it a little bit from Mr. Bob.
Can you just tell me up yours? What's wrong with you?
All right, Mr. Bob says once you got them, you got to feed them. 545 ACPs.
Smoke them if you got them.
Nice.
That's a lot of world wars right there.
That's right.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think he could have saved Florida by firing one of those at the hurricane. He chose not to.
He's only got
Chose not to.
100. He really wouldn't even have killed anybody.
He gave peace a chance. He gave peas a chance. Something like. Peas are okay. All right, so that's it with the email. So let's go with the text Gorn, which is brought to you by Obnoxious One.
That was it for the emails?
That's it for the emails. So, like we got some non-firearm action here.
Mm-hmm. About that time to get out there with that thing.
We got a lot going on out there. We have Wicked Ridge.
Might not be able to see it, but there's a crossbow there right underneath the scope. You know, it's tough to see.
It is tough to see. Got an Oracle X scope from Burris. AccuDraw Decock. That's pretty darn cool. A lot going on here, folks.
Mm-hmm. Get out with that. Everybody's kind of disappeared lately, though, so I imagine they're off eating someplace else. They're not really hanging around my place that much right now, but
they'll be back.
They'll be back.
All right. So let's go on to the second one in the collection. This is a company we spoke about earlier. I do believe we had one of their stickers. Live Free Armory. Tell us about this one.
That's my Live Free Armory Hunter. It's 308.
308.
I got my ASR flash hider up there so I can put my can on it. Get my nice big Zero-Tech Optics scope on there. Got my clip on in front of it right now.
So if you can't get him down with the crossbow, then you're going to take him out with this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a good plan.
Mm-hmm.
Solid plan. All right. I'll allow it. All right. So, number 3. Aha. Now we're going to go with a cutting instrument here. We're on the cutting edge now, folks. It looks like we've got a bench made.
Cuts like a knife.
Is that a 570?
It's a Presidio 2 rustic.
Okay. I like that one.
That is nice.
That was a limited edition.
That figures.
Butterflies in the camo.
Yep.
On the scales.
Red, white, and blue camo.
Has butterflies in it.
Yeah, it's got little butterflies in the camo.
What material? What materials is this handle?
Aluminum.
Who designed it? Pioneer Woman?
Yes.
Oh, okay,
Bench
whatever.
made. It's got the logo in the camo.
Trust me, he duly paid the butterfly tax.
I did too. I paid extra for the butterfly tax because that was discontinued when I learned about it.
I'm still trying to hunt down a aluminum handle Civivi backlash that you showed me.
I didn't have an aluminum handle. What I had
Or
copper.
Copper. Yeah, copper.
Yeah, you're probably going to pay a tax on that too, since that's discontinued now.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose some of the big boys get benchmates given to them, but I don't know anybody who does. Let's put it that way. I know because I just spent almost $300 on one last month. So, and if that sounds like a lot of money, you can pay a lot more for a benchmate. All right, so moving on, we have this.
Boom. You probably had this one on here before. I don't know. I'm going to be that guy, but the new Photos app in iOS 18 sucks balls.
Really?
I hate it.
Why?
Because they got rid of the recent and your camera roll, so you're just scrolling through everything, and they lump everything in there, and there's no good way to sort it. And like some of these pictures I have in two different folders, it'll show them to me twice in the scroll.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And if you're somebody who takes a lot of pictures on your phone and then uses that to, do social media or something, it was nice because you could move stuff and put it in folders, and then you could go back to your recent and it wouldn't be there. No, now everything is in that whole thing. It's absolutely horrible.
I think you can customize it though.
Yeah, but you have to put everything into a folder and then go to that folder. It's not like it used to be where you just pick recent and go through. You can customize it, but you can't customize it back to the way it used to be.
Yeah.
It's absolutely horrible. It's like it's like them taking away mail and making you use Outlook, but at least now you can still cancel that out and go back to mail, even though they throw up that stupid Outlook or mail is going away and Outlook is coming in and want you to submit your feedback each time. But this, you can't even do that.
So what kind of CRKT do you have there?
Oh, the kind of bought.
Does it have a name?
Bob.
Mm-hmm. Bob from CRKT, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep. Bob the Knife. He is not related to Mac though.
I was going to say much like Mac the Knife.
No relation. That's the redemption. CRKT Redemption.
So many knives, so little time. I tell you.
And now they're even, my photos of them are hard to find because they completely screwed up the photos.
I'm
Just
sorry.
saying.
We should call Tim Cook right now and tell him about it. All right. So now I'm kind of stumped as to what this is.
Oh, I see what you did there. That's a gun.
Really? I thought it was a light and a scope.
How can you even see the light? How could you see the light?
Because it has a cord hanging off of it.
Oh, okay. That's my SFAR. It's a 16-inch, 308, 308.
Is that your paint job?
Yes, sir. Rattle can that bitch.
Nice job. Looks almost like Snob did it, except if Snob did it, I'd see it 6 months from now, maybe. So
just rattle can that bitch.
No, really, you did a good job with that.
Yeah, it's all right.
All right. Well, there's more. Yeah, there's a couple more. Okay. Yeah, we got a little bit of gold action going on here.
Oh, did I send that picture of my gold collection? Oh, it's just... That one goes pew-pew. Pew-pew. Pew-pew.
The top one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, so it's got the fancy trigger in it.
It does have a fancy trigger in it. We won't talk about that trigger because YouTube probably get upset, but it goes pew-pew. Pew-pew. Pew-pew.
That's just the sound it makes. It has nothing to do with how it operates.
Nope.
And an official 6 hour knife. 6 hour knife. Not 5, not 7.
6 hour.
I like it. That box in the background means absolutely nothing.
That's absolutely not. Well, that's because I got the trigger from Puerto Rico.
That's true. Okay. And then we have this. Boom. Looks like a grok.
No, that would be the AI on X. It's my Glock 43X/48.
It's got some blue accoutrements.
Mm-hmm. Cross armory. Hadn't done anything blue, so I figured I'd do that.
That's nice for a change. Goes with the knife. Kind of, sort of. Little cheapy gas station Protect.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, a little cheapy gas station Protect.
With that good old well-known gas station steel, which is S35VN. Yeah.
Yeah, nobody's using that anymore.
I'll see you that and raise you a Magna Cut.
That's everybody seems to be going to Magna Cut.
I have a Magna Cut.
Do you own a Magna Cut? Yeah, that Redemption's Magna Cut.
It's pretty nice. Okay, let's see. Is there any more in there? Or is that the last? That's the last one. I think there was one in the other chat. Was there not? That's. Oh, he said that's Gorn. Okay. Well, Gornet. Dog Gornet. This is from the Gun Snob.
That's the one where he didn't. I made one specific request and he absolutely didn't do it. One request I've ever asked him for.
What'd you ask him for?
He couldn't even be bothered to do that. I wanted him to have the kid hold that up like it was his head so he looked like Stewie.
Yeah, but that only had to been about 8 inches higher. Yeah. What's his name?
Baby Snub. Grand Snub.
Yeah. That is Snub's grandson there. The next generation, the third generation Snub. He's a cutie. I didn't realize he was big enough to hold a football. Good gosh. Where'd time go?
Well, he's Snub's grandkid. So
that's true. He's probably only 3 months old.
Yeah, he's actually only 3 months old.
Kind of looks like Snob. They have about the same amount of hair.
Yeah, the kid's got a few more.
That's true.
Probably a lot more because you got to realize we're looking down on that kid too. Usually we're looking up at Snob and we can tell.
He's going to have them meat hook hands though. Wonder if he'd be able to sing as good as his grandpa.
Pretty sure anybody could.
Anybody with any kind of voice at all, yeah.
Helen Keller could sing better than Snob.
Okay. All righty. So, we're out of Gorn, folks, unless something came. Oh, we did have something come in the mail. Hold on. A last-minute reprieve from DM Foss. And he says, Ithaca Model 37 lightweight.
Nice wood.
Shoot it rocks.
Yeah, it's a pretty good. It's 12 gauge and it kicks like a mother.
What if you put some ironwood on there?
The other side has ducks on it, carved in it.
JC Wood. Cool.
I think he said when he looked up the serial number, it's from 38.
Wow.
So that was probably just like the normal wood they put on it back then.
It was his granddad's gun.
That's nice. Wouldn't have came with that recoil pad on it, though, would it? Is that aftermarket?
I think so.
Yeah, that's what I thought. All right. Well, that's it for the Gorn. I see Anomaly Documentaries is out there. Good evening. Been out there for a while. So we still have 26 people watching this. 16 on YouTube and 9 are on the X. The X is hanging in there like a champ. Chad Kelly's out there finally saying hello. Been listening for a while as I get stuff ready for Sunday's PRS match. Mr. Bob says, I've been trying to find an affordable shotgun, but they're all made in Turkey now.
Yeah.
That's about right. Or Mexico. Take your pick. Want to remind everybody that after tonight's Fowl Territory, please tune into the weekly 2A wrap-up on either the gun websites or the Daily Gun Show YouTube channels. That is actually scheduled, I believe, for 11:15 my time. So it'll be about half an hour from now. So anything else we can discuss since we're going to transition out of the Gorn segment? If not, we can go ahead and wind this. You got nothing?
I got nothing.
What in the world is DM Foss? Nice.
Moon's out, goons out.
They're battle buddies.
They were something.
All right. So let's go ahead. And I want to. I want to do this one. Want to thank the channel members while I transition to our last segment, which is called What Did You Learn? And by you, we're going to talk to each of our panelists. We're going to ask them that very question. Once they answer it to the best of their ability, then we're going to give them a chance to promote whatever they got coming up. But if and only if they answer the question. So, Obnoxious One, what did you learn?
Nothing.
I guess that's an answer. Okay. What have you got coming up?
Stuff and things.
Unique
Definitely.
stuff and unique things?
Definitely. Yeah, I wouldn't go that far.
Same old stuff and same old things? Okay.
Pretty much.
But good stuff and good things.
Yeah. I mean, it's coming from me, so take that as you will.
I expect nothing but greatness.
Well, you're going to be disappointed.
I'm setting the bar up for you a little bit, so you'd at least have to hop over. All right. Well, thank you for being here as always. I do appreciate it. DM Fuss, what did you learn?
I learned that the longer you stare at the way the name George is spelled, the weirder it gets.
George?
George.
Okay, that's valid. Well, what do you have coming up?
I don't know. Want to hang out?
Sure, why not?
Next Wednesday, having a chat. Gary's there. Gary comes. Everybody come hang out with Gary.
Occasionally I'm awake.
Yeah, that's about it.
Sometimes we even have a bracket. Maybe me doing a bracket will shame him into doing brackets more often.
No.
Probably won't work.
No. I am shameless.
It's worth a try. All righty. Well, thank you for being here. Hillbilly Up, what did you learn?
Sorry, I was on mute.
You didn't learn how to unmute yet.
Yeah, I'm still working on that.
That's right.
Oh man, I'm learning a lot of good stuff, man. Some great Gorn come in tonight, and
pretty good.
Great poll. Learned, George Washington was on top of the poll tonight.
He's working that pole.
All right, what do you have coming up?
Yeah, tomorrow night we have Guns, Beer, and Therapy, 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern. If you ain't doing nothing, come by and visit us.
All right.
And I appreciate you having me on. Always a great fun time.
Well, thank you for being here. We have C&T Designs and Arms. Coop is out there.
Hey, Coop.
All right. Coming in at the last minute. All right, so last but not least, Guns and Barbecue. What did you learn?
I learned that the gun snob is not a true country music fan. I got George Jones and George Strait on the poll. or on the bracket. Hillbilly's got me saying poll now. Got him on the bracket, and he didn't even jump in to help sway the voting. Very disappointed. Very hurts. Feel like this is unforgivable, but he definitely a fake country music fan.
That's probably true.
Yep.
What have you got coming up? You starting your show here pretty soon? Maybe? Kind of?
I was hoping until like all this stuff happened with StreamYard and the price hike and all that, and I want to get a new board because I'm having such issues with mine. I think the board just took a crap. So it's going to be a little bit longer than I planned, unfortunately. So sooner than later, I hope, but I cannot put a time frame on it at this point, and it is bugging me because I want to get that show up and going. But thanks for the invite.
You bet. Thank you for being here, as always. What did I learn? I'm not sure I learned anything. If I did, I'd probably forget it tomorrow. So, I can promote what I got coming up, though, or what I released today. I released a short on the Benchmade 940 BKO3. Check that out. Got knife review coming up in a couple weeks. There's always something going on in this silly channel of mine. So, yeah, check that out. Next week, members only chat Wednesday, every Wednesday for my channel members. That is at 8 o'clock p.m. Central. And then Fowl Territory 281 next Friday. Of course, at the regular time of 9 p.m. Central. Don't forget, following this, the weekly 2A wrap-up here in a few minutes on either the Gun Websites channel or the Daily Gun Show. So, I would like to, at this time, go full screen because I want to thank all my viewers out there for watching Fowl Territory tonight. Whether you watched on YouTube or on the X or on the Rumble, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. If you're catching us in a replay tomorrow or later tonight or whenever, thanks for replaying us. I appreciate that too. And thanks to everybody out there in the text chat for commenting, helping us vote, sending in Gorn, all that stuff. Thanks to everybody who was on the panel this evening. And, of course, a big thank you to my YouTube channel members for their constant support of the channel. I truly do appreciate it. They are named out the bottom of the screen, and they'll be in the closing credits. But before I get out of here, I want to leave you with this. If anyone tries to infringe on your right to keep and bear arms, Obi, what do you do?
Fuck them.
You could do that, but first give them the bird.
Oh,
then you can have your way with it.
I'm sorry, I messed that up.
All right. So let's get out of here. I'm going to get this silly thing off.
Fuck them.
Well, we could do that too. We're going to let you guys have a chance to say goodbye. And then I'm going to roll the end credits. So on behalf of my panel, a good evening to all of you.
Showing the bird.
Fuck them all.
Seaman bird.